Hello, and excuse the mess in the background and the laundry and everything, and the light. That's what we have to work with. This is the quietest place in the apartment right now, so I'm gonna do what we're gonna do. I hope the sound is okay since I forgot to connect my microphone. So today is the 30th of January, second to last day of the year, and I figured that I would come and try and make a recap of how the year went, and I would make a new goal setting for 2025 before we hit 2025. So, a couple of things did happen. So, if you remember, my goals were that I wanted to get at least 3 freelance assignments per quarter. I wanted to post on YouTube and Patreon again. I wanted to get my manga class for adult going both semesters. I wanted to have enough signups for the digital art class too, as well as I wanted to surpass my earnings for conventions in 2023. Clearly, posting on YouTube did not work out. Since I was keeping my goals pretty basic, because I was also looking for work at the same time, that was okay. Like YouTube, I tried actually filming a lot, but at the same time, I felt that the quality was never that nice of what I filmed. I felt that I filmed too much and then I didn't have the energy to edit it, all that kind of stuff. And I felt that, again, I'm struggling a bit with the lighting in the apartment, so I didn't feel that I couldn't deliver something that wasn't grainy or some such. Plus also, over this year, I have acquired, for example, a heat press machine that is taking up space on the table that I was going to use to draw on. Which is okay, it's fine, that's where it fits. But it also means that that table, for example, gets easier cluttered, and then I'm sitting and working in a bit more like shadowed place, stuff like that. So that's something I'm gonna be working on in 2025 to just, even though the quality might not be the best ever, still post something to try and get into the habit of doing that. Of last year's goals, I failed the first one because I did not actually post. I started posting a bit more on Patreon and then I stopped again, so I need to get back on that too. So once a month, also on Patreon. To again catch up with the big backlog that I have of not having been able to post in a while now there because of energy and such and such. But again, thank you to those who do support me on Patreon. It is very, very kind of you. I appreciate it. And what else? I wanted to surpass my earnings of last year's conventions. I did not. But I did see a little bit of a shift as I've started to get more usable products in my shop, such as notebooks and notepads. Well, notepads and sticky notes. And working more in towards stationery and stuff like that. I have seen that people have been a bit more interested in buying the bigger items because then it's something they can use. It's something a bit more for everybody, maybe, which is nice. People have also shown interest in my punch needle products, which has also been really, really great. So that was three of the 5 or so goals I had. I wanted to have my FOF class running both in the spring and the fall semester, which it did. Very nice. I did get enough signups for that. And I wanted to have the digital art class starting up again, which it also did, which is great. And then the final one, I wanted to have at least 3 freelance assignments per quarter, and I did manage to do that. So that also means that from July I was able to go full-time freelance, since it helps me pay my bills, it helps me buy more products, such and such. So overall, I did get some of my goals from last year, which is really, really good. And some I didn't, and that's also okay. So I can work on that for next year. Which brings me to my 2025 goals. Since I'm no longer job hunting, and since I have managed to sort of establish a baseline, I want to continue building on that. So my first big goal is that I would like to get a second freelance source of income. Or if that means that I also maybe work even more and get more from the same place, that's also fine. Whichever of the two. I just need to find at least an extra source of income for that. And I know I can, because I did this year, so I can do it again. I have my notes here. I do want to post once a month on YouTube. I don't know what I'm gonna be posting, because originally I wanted to do like the studio vlogs, but again, or day in my lives and such. But again, I feel a bit overwhelmed when I try to film. So it may just be time-lapse videos. It might be designing stuff videos. We will see what I end up feeling like doing. But I want to at least try and post here once a month. Maybe each quarter it can be a recap of how it went the past quarter. Artistically try and film while I'm out and about at those. I did try that. Didn't necessarily go well, but I did try. What else? I also want to go back to posting on Patreon. That's still the one, once a month on Patreon. And then I want to post 4 times a month on Instagram. So I want to make 2 posts and 2 reels. And now that I'm speaking it out loud, I also realize that can also help me post more on YouTube, because I can take the reels, the shorts, and post here too. So that might be counting as one of my monthly posts, but we'll see. But either way, I just want to get more into the content creation part to also help me market that I have a shop. Because I forget to say so. I have a shop. You can find the link in the comments and everything. I just forget to advertise it, as I also usually, when I start getting busier, I forget to post on social media. Speaking of shop related stuff, I would like to get 5 orders this year. I'm keeping it. No. But I would like that. I have been considering getting an Etsy shop so that I can have an extra traffic point, in a sense. But we'll see about that. Aside from that, this year, I started moving more into usable things. So I also have tote bags now. And one of my really good friends, she and I were talking, and we got inspired. I wanted to do apparel, right? But we also didn't necessarily want to buy brand new clothing, just because there's already so much. So we took inspiration from Fran Menezes, who a couple of years back, when she was having her We Are Good Humans company, I think it's called, where she did screen printed t-shirts, but the t-shirts were thrifted. So my friend, who is a wizard at thrifting, went out and bought a lot. Like we have different sweaters, we have crop tops, t-shirts, and then I bought some of them off of her. And I want to design something to go on to them, so that I can bring them with me to conventions, or I can online, I don't know. But at least I want to design them so that they're ready to come with me for my next convention. And then I would like to at least do 10 punch needle items. I do mug rugs and car coasters right now. And I would like to do wrists also, for when you're at the keyboard, so you have somewhere to rest your wrist. And I put 10 because I have made more than the year before. But also, if I say 10, that could mean that I can do maybe one of the wrist rests. I can maybe do a couple of car coasters, a couple of mug rugs. And I have some that I need to finish up even right now. But then if I have that at that number, I know it is doable for me to do. I also want to have my manga class in the spring at the very, very least. Since I managed to get it twice in a row, maybe I can get lucky and get it again. And convention-wise this year, I've only signed up for 3 right now. So that's why I don't have a set, like I would like to surpass the income of last year's, because I didn't surpass 2023. And like, maybe just use the conventions to get the word out. We'll see. But of the conventions in 2025 I will be going to so far, it's going to be J-PopCon, and it's going to be Sci-Fi Con, and it's going to be Copenhagen Comics in June. I haven't planned my my fall conventions yet. If there's gonna be any, we'll see. I would have ideally wanted to go to like a small one called Phoenix Con here in Denmark, but I didn't get a spot. That's okay. That's what happens. And like NARCon could also be really fun to go to. This 2024, I also didn't get a spot in Fantasy Festival, which made me a little sad because I really enjoyed that convention. But instead, I had a really good time at Fantasy Day, so that's always something. And yeah, so since I'm not booking in on that many conventions at this point, I want to try and see if I can then focus more on bringing some traffic to my website of sorts. So yeah, just to recap, I'm kind of trying to keep it manageable still, but posting at least once a month on YouTube and Patreon, 4 times a month on Instagram, and then also designing more stuff for my shop. Obviously, getting some shop orders and getting some classes going is basically the recap of this, what I would like to do in 2025. I have also been considering wanting to stream a bit, but I don't know if I want to stream. It's been under consideration, but it's like, with the light situation being what it is here, and I would prefer to stream traditional art anyway, I always feels a bit hard because the lighting in the apartment, as I said many times now, is really not that good, and yeah, it's a whole thing. But we'll see. Anyway, the other things are definitely part of what's going to be happening in 2025. And if you guys have any suggestions for what kind of videos you would like to see, please just add it in the comments if you want to. I appreciate you all for watching the video, and might as well try and plug it, but again, my shop is linked in the description. What are your goals for 2025, if you have any? It can be both business, life, whatever. I'm interested in hearing so. And yeah, thank you for stumbling over my video, and I will see you around.